Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Today we are leaving home to try and go somewhere else. So we leave Langata for Seronka Valley. There's a place, I think, around Magadi Road. I see a lot of advertisement in on social media. Looks like a nice place. But I also know the route towards that direction is quite scenic. It's not a long journey. It's around 1.5 hours. Hopefully it's going to be a good sight. So as we ride through Nairobi or parts of these places, I'll try and give historical perspectives and some context to some of the places that we will go through. For instance, now this is Langata Road. To my left, as I join this road, and behind me actually, is Langata Barracks. That's the base of the military. And next to it, this is the Kenya Wildlife Service. Let me take a left, you will be able to see it. This is where Nairobi National Park is located. We also have an animal orphanage. The difference is, for the national park, you can go for a game drop, and normally what they encourage is you should have a 4x4 for you to be able to have a game drop. Kenya is the only city in the world that has a national park situated inside it. So this park that you see on my right expands from here all the way to Kitengela, and Kitengela is part of Kajiado County. The best time to come to the national park, if you want to see animals and drive in the morning, is around, I think, around 10 in the morning. So some of the colleagues that I work with and foreigners who love doing this, I see them being advised around those hours, because if you want to have a spectacular view and see animals, that's the best time. So where are we now? We're in Karen. Karen, historically, the name Karen comes from Karen Blixen. If you've watched or you've heard of the famous movie Out of Africa, the main character, which is Karen Blixen, is related to the person Karen Blixen, who resided here herself many years ago. Where is Karen? Karen today is part of Nairobi, where the affluent stays. It's neighboring Langata. From those sides of Bomas all the way, it borders Rongai. I think the demarcation is a river between Rongai and Karen. The Karen community, they have a very vibrant and strong association, because there are a lot of buildings coming up all over the place. They don't seem to like it, because I mean, it's an ample place where people have or should have a good break from the daily hustle. You know, because it's a serene environment, and when you come and build you know, stories here, it beats the logic. I love this view. Normally when I pass here and I see these flowers and the contours of these roads, there's a feeling about it that makes me very calm. Calm in the sense that there is beauty in these roads, and then there is beauty in what those guys who are doing the flowers are doing. But as much as they're working on something beautiful, they're making a living out of it. You don't have to be dirty, let me call it that, to make a living. So we are just joining Rongai now. As you can see, main Rongai is on our left, and because we use this feeder road, now we were able to basically avoid some huge traffic which normally is from behind us. Coming through Karen is eye-catching, you know, it's good for the camera and for the viewers as well. So, you know, we make decisions for you as my viewer. You know, when you take these roads, especially towards Magadi, you realize that nature has a way of working. When you come from Nairobi and when you are in Magadi, by the time you reach Magadi, so you realize, and it's said scientifically, that you'll have gone 1 kilometer below the sea level as compared to Nairobi. So what does that mean? Nature has its way of working. So welcome to Kiserian. Kiserian is not far from Ngong. It's not far from Rongai, and it's not far from the Ngong Hills, the famous Ngong Hills as well. It gives you a beautiful view of the surroundings. Sorry, I have to be a bit careful. And then there's this descent. I need to go down. So we need to be careful instead of regretting later. So welcome to Kiserian. Like I was saying, it's a bit quiet. It's normally busier than is today, but it's a Sunday. This road leads to Ngong, and then this leads to Magadi. So Magadi is famous for soda ash production. Actually, it's the largest soda ash producing a factory in Africa, and I think the third in the world. So we are approaching a place called Corner Baridi. Baridi in Swahili means cold, but corner, we all know what corner means. It's just a meander. So it's because of the plains behind it, and therefore when you reach here you kind of feel the wind gushing against you. It's a nice feeling. It's a very good feeling when you're a rider. You know, some of the things that make us ride, it's because when you are riding you feel you are part of the nature. So it feels nice to be here. Corner Baridi, it's a beautiful place in itself, but at the same time it connects Kajiado and Ngong Hills. You know, for those of you who will visit Kenya or are expatriates in Kenya, you should be able to go to Ngong Hills and have fun. It's a place where you go for a walk. It has 7 famous hills, and I think if you take from the other side, the 3rd or the 4th summit, no, the 3rd or the 4th hill normally is the summit. It's really interesting and intense to climb, but it's something you can do within 3-4 hours, and you come back home to Nairobi very refreshed. Most of the visitors you know, go to Karura Forest. I mean, it's a good place to unwind and clear your head, but it's not intense, and I'm talking about Karura. But when you come to Ngong Hills, which is not so far from Nairobi, it's refreshing. This is Corner Baridi. Look at the view. This road leads to Kajiado, but this is a good view. I'm very disappointed to see their constructions which are ongoing, but generally this place is known for its beautiful view. Look at the Maasai plains behind, and look at the mountains. And at the same time, this route where the car is taking, that leads to Ngong Hills. This is the road that leads to Magadi. So the beauty about Magadi road, it kind of meanders. Goes through hilly places, which is a nice thing, eye-catching and good for the eye. But at the same time, there are many kind of spots that you can take a break, whether it's just along the road without much questions, or community asking you why you're here, or hotels. You know, the famous Ole Polos, which is very famous for nyama choma and families going there. This is one of the spots that I really love to come and rest. Personally, I always take a break here, you know. I always take a break here. So yeah, with my friends still, normally the reason why I normally take a break here, it's of course it's next to the road, you know, but at the same time it gives you a very beautiful view. Look at that. It gives you a very good view. You feel you're part of the nature, hugging nature. It feels nice to be here. It's really nice, but the issue is the road. It's a bit thin, you see, so you fight for space between you and the next guy who's coming, either your way or behind you, and for that reason you have to be extra careful. But at the same time, one thing I've realized with Kenyan drivers, there's an assumption when you are riding you can go off-road, you know, and look here, there's an assumption you can go off-road, and that the road is meant just for and that the road is just meant for motor vehicles and not you, you know, something that doesn't make sense. I can hear you, Abo, yes? Yes, we are not very far. We are not very far from it. Tell me, Baba. No, we are near. Tell me, what do you want to tell Dad? What do you want to tell Daddy? Tell me, Baba. So there's a time my friend Rage was here. They were coming from Lake Natron at night, and he broke down his bike. So there's a family here that assisted him, and now he's coming to say thank you to them. It's a good thing to do, I think. So this road leads to Ole Polos Country Club. Quite famous. They are normally open on public holidays and weekends only. So we've been joined by a sister who's a rider. She met us resting under the tree and she was like, yeah, I'm alone, I'm going for a ride. We asked her to join us if she doesn't mind. This way she can be with a group. I don't think it's this. Huh?